Put me in, coach. Today we are talking about my Lakers. Are we done? And I have a few reasons why. But I am speaking as an emotional Lakers fan. But I'm also thinking rationally as a basketball enthusiast. Also, we're going to be talking about Kyrie Irving. Yes, he's back. Do you have a problem with Kyrie coming back? Because some of the media members do, like Stephen A., Tim Legler, and a few other media analysts. I don't have a problem with Kyrie Irving. Before we get into this, I need you guys to do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video like an assist, because here we are talking basketball. So you're going to get commentary, highlights, and I'm going to cover the biggest headlines in the world of basketball. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. Are we done? Hell no, we're not done. It's the beginning of the season. But I will say, as an emotional Lakers fan, that we do have to worry about health and safety protocols plus injury, because that's the thing that's really, yes, we need a lot of defense on our team, and we have a defensive minded coach being Frank Vogel. So I'm wondering, when is that defense going to kick in? Because you do have Dwight Howard, you do have LeBron James. I thought Russell Westbrook was a much better defender than he actually is, but you also have Avery Bradley, and I'm happy to see that Trevor Ariza is also back in the lineup. So it's going to take time for guys to figure out where they need to be for LeBron James, because clearly the offense has to be built around him. Now, that takes us to our next point, which is, what are we a pass the ball around? Are we a team-oriented sport? Are we a pick and roll offense? What type of culture do we have on the offensive end? Then we have to worry about the guys that they have picked up, like Isaiah Thomas. Does he fit the scheme of anything that the Lakers are doing? He does not fit anything. Why? Because he's 5'9". They have to hide him on defense. Our problem is defense. That's the biggest issue with the team before he is even signed. But like Buddy Hield, if he's not scoring, which he had a horrible game against the Suns, what do you do with an Isaiah Thomas? And LeBron is doing entirely too much. In year 19, he should be able to hand the keys off to Russell Westbrook, but we all understand that Russell Westbrook wants to do way too much. And it's actually not the fact that he wants to do too much. He just has too many mental lapses where he decides to jump in the air and try to make a pass, but then realizes that that pass isn't there. Or he's trying to do an extraordinary layup when all he has to do is just go straight up. There's a couple things in Russell Westbrook's game that he just has to iron out. He doesn't have to try all the fancy stuff because he's not having to carry the team. He just has to understand where to get Dwight Howard. Kick it out to Carmelo. Lob it up to DeAndre Jordan or Dwight Howard. Or simply give the ball to LeBron, cut or get out of the way. One of the two. It's really simple when you're playing with LeBron, because LeBron is not running any type of complex schemes. It's basically pick and roll or come off of one screen. It's a very slow action. This should be easy for Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook wants to run. So there should be a lot more fast breaks, which again goes to our offensive culture. What are we doing on offense? So in previous videos, you guys know I blame Coach Vogel because these are things that he can change. It's called a strategy, a team strategy. What are you doing on defense? What guy are you keying in and really looking to stop? What guy are you saying, hey, if he beats us, we're going to take that? Well, that continues to be the superstar, not the role players. That's what I have the biggest issue with. Now, again, are we done? My Lakers are done if we cannot stay healthy, play better defense, understand what we're doing on offense, and most importantly, figure out how to play together. I'm going to move right into Kyrie Irving. A lot of media members are having problems with Kyrie coming back. He's only going to be playing about 24 games. Why? Because the Knicks and the Raptors have decided, hey, if you have not been vaxxed, you cannot play. which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. Actually, I do. I have a huge problem with that because
we're up, we're around 97% vaccinated, but we're up to about 65%.
97%, all of the fans in the stands have to either be vaxxed, come in with the card, or they have to come in with the test results saying that they don't have it. So the person in the most danger is Kyrie, not everybody else, because if you've been tested, if you already have the vax, then you should actually be good. You should be okay. Now I understand Stephen A. Smith saying that he has this sickness after he went and got the shot, but I'm just wondering, what is the purpose of the shot if you still end up with the sickness? Now, I'm not a medical professional, so I'm going to leave all of that alone. I'm going to continue to talk about the basketball side of this. So, Kevin Durant and James Harden need Kyrie Irving on the floor because Kevin Durant is in an MVP race. And each game that they win or lose, they are battling with the Bulls and the Bucks for that number one spot. Now, do they actually want the number one spot? I don't know. Steve Nash does not know what he's doing. So he needs as many offensive players as possible because they're not running any complex offense. It's basically screen and roll, maybe set a screen here or there. There's not a lot of ball movement. And when there is, you do have guys who can knock some shots down. But for the most part, it's coming down to a guy like Kevin Durant coming up, pulling up, dribbling down the court and pulling up for a three. It's coming to a James Harden coming down the court, dribbling, and then shooting it or making the pass. So it's not a complex scheme. Like with the Lakers, there's guys that are signing 10-day contracts because of this health and safety protocol issue that's happening around the world. So having a guy like Kyrie, you actually do need him because you're just signing guys off the street anyway who doesn't know your offense, who don't have any team chemistry with anybody on your team because they didn't go through training camp. There is no team chemistry. So why focus on that, Stephen A. and Tim Legler, who said, well, I don't think he should be playing because he's not going to be able to practice with the team and he's not going to be able to play home games. Well, according to Adam Silver,
you can move away from the 10-day protocol when you have players who are vaccinated and boosted, that it seems that the virus runs through
a lot of things are going to be changed. So who knows, that mandate that's happening in New York and with Canada, when players are asymptomatic, could possibly have it and not be carrying or not spreading. But if a guy like Kyrie is already tested and it's negative, he should be able to play. Because at the end of the day, this is just entertainment. I'm going to state this again. The players, 97% of NBA players are already vaccinated. Number two, the fans in the stands have been vaccinated or have a COVID test that shows that they don't have this. So then I have to really just look at Steve Nash. Steve Nash, again, does not know what he's doing. So he needs Kyrie to come in and do what Kyrie does. The issue that I have with Stephen A. And a lot of other media members is everybody mad at Kyrie because he decided to stand up and say, hey, I'm not going to do this. Teams are signing guys to 10-day contracts because they're running out of players because of the health and safety protocols. Adam Silver has something different to say when it comes to the protocols because they're going to change that. They're going to change it around. They're not going to force you to be out for 10 days. At first it was 14, then it got down to 10 somehow, and now they're going to change it again. So I'm looking forward to seeing what these changes are going to be.
that this virus unfortunately isn't going anywhere, and it's just going to become part of our lives for the foreseeable future.
If I left anything out, comment under below what I left out. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video.